I'm a huge fan of everything we've done for election integrity and everything, and just especially protecting our southern border right now. My family's ranch is down in Yuma, and we have illegals on our land a lot. So we've shot at them, and our Second Amendment rights to stand our ground. I'm worried that the Democrats are gonna send me to jail. If I hit one of them, right?
They have more rights than we do.
Yeah, it's like I can't shoot at them when as they cross the border and stuff. I think I might have hit someone, and I was just stressed about it for a week. Yeah, and so I just thank you for everything you're doing.
You're so
off there and everything, and for election integrity.
Stay in prayer, because this country needs it. But there's a bunch of people that are ready to go into action.
Yeah, actually.
Here's Paul Gosar talking to what he thought was a support of his. As you see there in the top left corner of that video, the Undercurrent, which is also run by Lauren Windsor, old friend of the show. Great job, Lauren. Has one of her associates there talking to Paul Gosar, posing as someone who he said shot what he described as immigrants that were near the border. He said, I think I got one. All this would be very startling information to receive as a congressman, as someone who then talks to supporters, and one of them says, I'm just worried the Democrats are gonna arrest me. He did a great job posing as one of those folks. And a normal person in Paul Gosar's position might say, hey, I understand your frustration, bro, but the one really good way to keep Democrats from arresting you is to not murder anyone. It's a one-way ticket to freedom. But he didn't say that. Instead, he nodded and enjoyed it. By the way, his whole agreement with craziness is nothing new, because other folks have pointed this out before. Let's look at this, because former January 6th committee investigator Denver Riggleman, who did that 60 Minutes expose as well, he said the Republicans, Louie Gohmert and Paul Gosar of Arizona, their penchant for unhinged conspiracy theories convinced him that the two Trump allies are fully divorced from reality. In excerpts cited from The Guardian, Riggleman wrote that Gohmert and Gosar seemed to be joined at the brainstem when it came to their eagerness to believe wild, dramatic fantasies about Democrats, the media, and big tech. Representatives Gohmert and Gosar did not respond to requests for comment about Riggleman's remarks. I think you could imagine they don't want to answer to that. But the thing is we already know who Paul Gosar is. He's just showing us this behind the scenes. I assume if somebody had the camera direct in his face and said, I'm broadcasting this for the Undercurrent, I want to see what you think about this, he might cover it up a little bit, but he hasn't had much problems pointing out who he is before. Because as far as violence goes, political violence, remember this tweet from Gosar, shouting out the creativity of his team, and that video that he posted then of AOC being murdered or shot or killed in this anime style, and also folks attacking Joe Biden. Because that's normal, right? So when someone walks up to you and says, I was shooting at humans outside and I think I hit one, I'm afraid that they're gonna take away my right to do so. And he goes, yeah, that's right, this is America. Let that sink in.
They actually,
so anyway, yeah, go ahead, go.
I was gonna say they did the same thing with Blake Masters. They went undercover and asked him. They said the same thing to him, that they were shooting at what they said illegals, but undocumented immigrants on the property. And he definitely was like a little bit more of a politician about it. He didn't like necessarily, of course, he was like, oh, I don't want to alienate my voters, but I'm not going to say, we need you out there, just keep on praying. It was just a little bit more elusive about it. But I mean, still, he didn't like, if someone told me that they're shooting at people, my response would be, stop shooting at people. I was neither one of their, I don't care if I'm running for office, I need votes. I'm not gonna endorse people shooting at human beings.
Imagine if you're just some guy on the street and your homie says, I got this blood on my shirt, bro, I just shot this guy. And then you go, okay, well just hang out here. Just make sure you pray and stay calm, everything will be okay. After your boy gets caught, guess who's getting caught for harboring that person who told them they just committed a murder? Your ass. But it doesn't work like that for people like Paul Gosar. He hangs out with people like Nick Fuentes, who we posted this with him back last February. Great meeting today with Congressman Gosar. America is truly uncanceled. Weird. Also, Marjorie Taylor Greene there at his event as well, which she decided to deny later. The reason we bring up Marjorie Taylor Greene also, because she's the one who told a bunch of folks that things like this are already happening, that Democrats are coming to kill you, but then they set up people like this and accept them. Remember this? Watch.
targets now, though, for daring to push back against the regime, and it doesn't stop at a weaponized legal system. I'm not going to mince words with you all. Democrats want Republicans dead, and they've already started the killings. Joe Biden has declared every freedom-loving American an enemy of the state. But under Republicans, we will take back our country from the communists who have stolen it and want us to disappear. We will expose the unelected bureaucrats, the real enemies within, who have abused their power and declared political warfare on the greatest president this country has ever had.
It's not complicated how this works. Rile up violent folks to support you and then say that the violent folks are coming to get them and that they need to protect their Second Amendment rights in their family and their house and just start shooting. As a matter of fact, if you've already shot a couple folks, pray. Last thoughts there, Ray?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's like ridiculous that, and conservatives are always hypocritical, but her saying that the legal system is unjust towards Republicans when there is actually systemic injustice within our legal system that they continuously deny, it's just so infuriating.